Am I the asshole for continuing to sleep nude despite my neighbors being able to see into my bedroom? So, I'm a 28-year-old dude and have been living in my house for a few years now. One of the main reasons I chose this place was because my bedroom faced east, allowing me to wake up to the morning sunlight. Most mornings I wake up before my alarm goes off just because the sunlight coming through the window waking me up. There used to be a tree line that provided a natural barrier between my house and any potential neighbors, so I never saw the need for curtains or blinds along with they are expensive as hell for the nice ones. Recently my neighborhood expanded and most of the tree line my bedroom was facing was cut down to build new houses. So boom, then there's a house was built right across from mine, and their window has a clear view into my bedroom. I've always been comfortable sleeping nude, and it wasn't an issue when there were no neighbors around. But not long after the people moved in, the father from the house came over to my house and pretty much told me to stop being nude in front of my windows since his family can see inside my bedroom. He wasn't nice about it. But he wasn't mean either, just matter-of-factly like he gave me an order. I fully expected it to be done like I was his kid or his employee. I was somewhat surprised but understood his concern, so I made an effort to be more mindful of my nudity when in view of the window. I stopped cleaning and making my bed before getting dressed. I'd hop out of bed, walk into my closet and at least put on shorts, then go about my morning chores. That being said, I still sleep nude, and I occasionally end up being visible to the neighbors for a brief moment after waking up. The father came over again, leading to an argument between us. I told him I was trying my best to be considerate, but there's only so much I can do and that it's my house and I'm not changing my lifestyle because they moved in. He threatened to call the police and said I was being a menace to the neighborhood, whatever the hell that means. So, am I the asshole for continuing to sleep nude even though my neighbors can see into my bedroom? My suggestion would be installation of glass tint. You won't lose the sunlight but also your neighbors won't be able to see in. Easy solution. No blinds or curtains to hang or install. You can still see out, but they can't see in. Now but maybe you could get a window cling that obscures the clear view into your bedroom without sacrificing the natural light you enjoy and the fleshy freedom you love. Not the asshole. If he bothers you again, ask why his family spends so much time looking in your bedroom. Sheer curtains. Everyone's happy. Not the asshole. Some commenters are suggesting OP should put blinds. If the neighbor is bothered then they should put up blinds. Why is this a problem for OP to solve? You should consider getting that mirror film on your windows so people can't see in. Info. I see a lot of curtains comments, so I will just ask, 1. Do they have curtains, and 2. Are you visible if they are outside of their home garden? Additional. My personal opinion is that you can do what you want in your own home, but if other people live around you it's nice to show a bit of consideration. I know someone who got prosecuted for being naked in his window. The neighbor claimed their children were being abused by a creeper. It wasn't pretty. Get some blinds, OP, that's what adults do. They do make a covering for windows where light comes through but you cannot see in. We have it on the window in our bathroom. Not expensive at all and is a great way to not block out light in your room. Check your local laws. Not sure where you are but you can be charged for public indecency if you are aware that you can be seen from the outside naked and you continue to expose yourself. While you have the right to privacy and you can do whatever you want in your own home, that right does not apply when there is no expectation of privacy, like when you leave your curtains drawn. Everybody saying the neighbors should put up blinds. What makes you think they don't have them? Why should they keep them closed to accommodate OP? We live in a community, there are things we do as a community. Making sure random people can't see inside our living space is usually one of those. If you don't want to do curtains or blinds, which is wild, but you can install that window film from any of the home improvement stores that allows in all the light but turns the window into a mirror. When I had a window in my shower, I used the tinted stuff and it worked great. Problem solved. You can go back to cleaning up your room naked. I don't get why people don't realize. There are public indecency laws. If this person is in US, you can be naked in your home when you have expectation of privacy. If you don't block view into your home using blind, you lose that expectation of privacy and now you see in public view and under public indecency laws. I.e. you can't be full nude in public. Edit. I know it varies by jurisdiction, that's up to OP to check his own jurisdiction. And what you can do in yours doesn't mean he can do in his. Go to Walmart, get sheer curtains and a compression curtain rod and voiler. Neighbors can't see you and you still get sunlight. Had them in my apartment that had a walkway along my living room window and I didn't want people to see inside. Just buy curtains. They are like $10 at Giant Tiger. You don't need fancy, even sheer white will do the trick. OMG dude, just get some fucking curtains. You're the asshole for acting like there's no alternative. You're the asshole. Why are you flashing people, even unintentionally? You know that they can see you and that there are children over there. It's not appropriate. You make it sound like you live in a bubble. We live in a society, and just because technically you can do whatever you want in your house, doesn't mean it doesn't suck for your neighbors. If you can afford to buy a house, you can get some cheap sheer curtains. It's just not a hard enough problem to solve for it to work for everyone. It isn't like you even have to stop waking up naked. Don't be so obtuse. You're the asshole. You might be doing this within the confines of your own house, but it's obviously having an effect beyond your boundary which you need to be respectful of. Also, do you not think it's highly inappropriate that you are aware that this family can see you nude, a family that I assume include young children? I don't think it's the neighbor's curtains at issue. I think he's got kids playing outside and they can see in. You're the asshole. The neighborhood has changed. Not your fault, but it's time for blinds. I don't understand. Do you not have sex sometimes? What do you do then? Wouldn't you need curtains so that a person you are sleeping with isn't exposing themselves to the world if they aren't as comfortable as you are being naked and seen by neighbors? B. You would now be exposing your neighbors, including kids, to sex, which would definitely be an issue even if nudity can be seen as neutral and non-sexual. Not the asshole. The suggestion of film over the windows is a good one, but wouldn't the absolute simplest solution be to keep a pair of shorts by your bed? You could slip into them when getting out of bed. If they complain after that, telling them to stop looking and being pervs. Just do the reasonable thing. Keep a pair of boxers on your nightstand and put them on before you get out of bed. Problem solved. You're the asshole. With the exception of your romantic partner, nobody needs to see that before breakfast. Info. You seem awfully blasé about this family, including, presumably, kids, seeing your cock every day. Does this turn you on or something? You're the asshole. Time to buy some curtains. And re the menace to the neighborhood thing, since you've been informed that your new neighbors including children can see into your windows, by continuing to not put curtains up and be naked in front of them, you're kinda knowingly exposing yourself to unconsenting parties including minors. Not a good look. Get curtains. I'm all for the freedom to dangle. Don't mean I want my neighbor showing theirs off to the kids. Get some curtains that let in the light but hide the view. You're the asshole. NAH, but you could just get a sheer or lace curtain. That's what I've always had for privacy and it still lets the sun in. It's probably better to try and have a decent relationship with your new neighbors, even if the dad wasn't particularly friendly. You're the asshole. Why should your neighbors have to get curtains to prevent themselves being flashed, and their children, when you could just as easily get curtains blinds yourself? They shouldn't have to go out of their way just to not see your private parts.